Today we're looking at some footage from my action camera, which I use to capture my own behind the scenes footage, because there's nobody else to do it. And I'm currently shooting a documentary that I have the privilege to be the DOP of. It's about a guy who's not just a farmer and somebody who's looking after large animals like horses and cows, but primarily horses. He's very good, puts it mildly. He's an outstanding photographer who's shooting primarily film and, all the old ways and, very large format 6x5 and stuff like that. Of course, this video will be on the short side because I only have stills graded. I don't have any video. So we'll talk more about the shots and lighting and what decisions I had to take and how we coped with many of the issues we encountered. And as you can tell by the footage, we woke up very, very early. We woke up at 5 a.m. because we wanted to get the blue hour. We overslept a little bit, but since we're shooting with Blackmagic 6K full frame, it wouldn't be able to see the very beginning of the sun creeping up on the sky anyway, because it's not really a good low light camera. So we arrived at about 6 a.m. just in time for catching up the last minutes of blue hour and to see sun actually peeking through the clouds and then over the horizon. And I made sure that my camera is as ready as possible to shoot. I only had to put in my Vlog battery. So when we reached the destination, I just jumped out of the car, got my camera, and I started shooting. Now, what do you do when you're outside and it's a vast, open space and there is not a single tree in sight and you've got only the sun as your light? Well, what you always do, you want to shoot on the short side, which means shadow towards you. So I position myself in a way that the main subject of the story is always between me and the sun, because it's interesting and because it gives more shape, it's more three-dimensional, and because that's the way you do it. Now, this caravan is one of my favorite shots because it really looked very Breaking Bad-esque to me. So I asked Peter, that's his name, I asked him to come out of it because we wanted to get a shot where, the sun is creeping up on the sky and his day is starting. So he comes out of the place where he lives. He's preparing. He's looking over at the animals and all those things. So I asked him to come out of the caravan, not the container that he lives in, because it's it's more retro, it's more pleasing to the eye, and the windows are actually bulging a little bit away from the caravan, so they reflect light, as you can see, much better. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to make these decisions. You must be careful not to alter the story to the point where it's not anymore the real story, but it's fiction. But usually there is some leeway, so you can take some liberties to influence the way the picture looks. So, and this was such an occasion. So I just asked him to come out of the caravan because it just looks much better. And another thing, when you're shooting outside, especially in such a vast place with nice view and the story itself requires you to be able to see what's happening around the subject, make sure that you're shooting at a deep stop. Right now I'm shooting at T8 maybe, or something like this, maybe even T11, and I've got only an ND4, which is 2 stops of ND, and that's completely deliberate because I knew that I'm going to shoot at a deep stop. So the majority of the shots I made at around T8 to T11, and when it got darker because of the overcast sky, I would open up to T5.6, and the only time that I shot at T3.5, which is the wide open of this lens, is when I actually had to shoot a small interview at the end of the day, but you're going to see this in a bit. The day itself was pretty windy, and I don't usually use slow motion that much, but you know, because I believe slow motion is just a tool. It's not the main source of information. It's not the main way to tell a story, and I really dislike that most YouTubers just shoot at 120 or 60 frames per second and nothing happens in this shot. It's just, you know, if you shoot boring, if your hands are shaky, just maybe consider not doing that. A shot could be interesting even if it's shaky and handheld, and slow motion is just when you want to capture something fast and show it so that the viewers have enough time to see it. And in this case it was very windy, and the horses' manes were flapping and their tails, and it was just very epic. So I thought, yeah, that would be a good time to utilize slow motion. You won't be able to see the slow motion right now because I only have stills, but still, no pun intended, but still you'll be able to see how the shot looks in terms of grade and everything else. I didn't shoot with my action camera for the whole day because of storage and battery capacity issues. However, I shot the beginning, the middle of the day-ish, and the end, and right now you're able to see the interview that I talked about. It was about maybe 6 or 7, and the sun was really going down. It was very overcast, so the light was dying pretty quickly. I'm wide open, and I even bumped the ISO to 1250. But yeah, I don't do that a lot, but in this case it had to be done. And I'm really pleased with the way colors look, because I'm always shooting with a LUT, and I'm a very big believer in shooting with the LUT that you're going to grade with. And I start all my grades with a base, with a LUT as a baseline. So yeah, I was really happy with the way that this LUT represented colors under such conditions, which were a cooler light and very, very seriously diffused light because of the clouds. So yeah, at the end you'll be able to see some more stills from the outside shoot, which I would not be talking about right now. And as you're looking at them, I would like just to say again that I've got a Patreon, and this video, as well as pretty much all the others, are released with early access there. You'll be able to chat with me on Discord, nerd geek about camera stuff, and I'm also writing articles about tests that I'm doing and testing different scenes. So yeah, come along, have fun, and next time I will show you our interior shoots, where I use my action camera again to shoot behind the scenes. And yeah, see you soon.